Hello and welcome to my channel Happy Hours. In my last video, I discussed about the problem of internal security where I have discussed about the problem of Punjab, Assam, Nagaland and Mizoram. I also discussed about the national emergency of 1975, events which lead to it, its impact and about its withdrawal in the year 1977. I also discussed about the Indian peacekeeping force in Sri Lanka, which lead to the assassination of Rajiv Gandhi. In this video, I am going to discuss about the linguistic reorganization of states, problems of official language, arguments in favor and against of Hindi, why Hindi was not accepted till the year 1965, and what was the final solution for this problem of official language. So what are we waiting for? Let's start our discussion on linguistic reorganization of states. During the national movement, the leaders of Congress were unanimous that India will be multilingual country. There is no need of official language. There will no also convinced with linguistic reorganization of Indian provinces because cultural and social homogeneity will help in framing of laws and better governance. It would be also helpful in framing the education policy, irrespective of any cultural and religious gap. In the year 1917 and 18, Indian National Congress had organized itself in provincial formation. So Sindh Congress and Andhra Congress were established. In 1920 Nagpur session, a resolution was passed to frame the linguistic reorganization of Congress provincial organization. After independence, the government of India had started administrative system based on the need of contemporary period. Therefore, linguistic coherence was realized as primary requirement. In the year 1948, S.K. Dhar Committee and JVP Committee were constituted. Both the committee agreed that there is a strong demand of linguistic reorganization, but suggested not to accept it because should be on the development and integration of India. It is going to harm it. Formation of linguistic state may cause danger to the national integration. Demand of linguistic state was more intense in the Madras province, particularly in Telugu region of Madras. The Chief Minister of Madras, T. Prakasam, resigned demanding separate Telugu state. Noted freedom fighter P. Sriramalu died after long hunger strike which resulted in massive violence in Madras. Pradhan Mantri Nehru immediately constituted Andhra Pradesh, a separate state for Telugu languages. It was like opening of Pandora box, as demand of linguistic reorganization had started from the various parts of the country. Therefore, Government of India had constituted State or Reorganization Commission of 3 members under Justice Fazil Ali. The other 2 members were K.M. Banikar and H.N. Kunjru. After the report of commission, Government of India considered some political factors and constituted 19 states and 6 union territories. State Reorganization Act was passed in the year 1956, but this act had created further demand and complication in many parts of the India, particularly in Bombay. According to Bombay Reorganization Act, Gujarati speaking Gujarat, Marathi speaking Maharashtra was created. But the problem of Bombay remained as it is. Both Gujarati and Marathi demanded Bombay. Bombay was traditional land of Maratha. But in Bombay, 2/3 population was known Marathi speaking people. Most of the economic units of Bombay was in the control of Gujaratis. Gujarati population had contributed major industrial and trade opportunities in Bombay. Nehru had initially decided to make Bombay the Union Territory, and later on he wanted to make it as a separate state, which will be bilingual state. But there was huge opposition from legislature of Maratha. B.N. Gadgil, the MP of Congress party from Bombay, had resigned. C.D. Deshmukh, the finance minister of Nehru government, had also resigned. In general election, Congress had lost all the seats from Maharashtra. Therefore, the president of Congress, Indira Gandhi, along with President of India, Radhakrishna, gave Bombay to Maharashtra. And an assurance was given to Gujaratis to develop Ahmedabad as Bombay. Next, we have to understand the problem of official language. Language was considered essential for nation building. In Europe, the nation states had evolved on the basis of language. During the national movement, Indian leadership had accepted that India will be multilingual language. There is no need of official language. Indian National Congress had also promoted its philosophy to work in regional language for democratic integration of population of India. But after independence, problems surfaced and there was a need for the official language for the country for the unity of the nation. After independence, there was projection of federal government in India. Therefore, many leaders of Congress had changed the philosophy of multilingual to search the official language. In order to run the central government, one needs to have an official language. There should be a medium of communication among the states and between center and state, which is known as the link language. During the British rule, English became the link language. But the leaders like Gandhi and Tagore were reluctant to accept English as official language. According to them, the genius people could not achieve in foreign language. But we cannot ignore English, as it is the language of international trade and diplomacy. It is a global language with rich philosophy and literature. So many leaders of Congress wanted continuity of English. The pre-partition debate was between Hindi and Hindustani. Hindustani language was a mixture of Hindi with Persian and Urdu. So it had very simple grammar and it was acceptable to both Hindus and Muslims. It could be easily written in Devanagari and Urdu script also. Even the known Hindi leaders were agreed with Hindustani language. In the year 1927, Kanpur session of Congress, there was amendment in the Constitution of Congress using Hindustani as the regional language. In the year 1928, Nehru report also, it was recommended that Hindustani language in Urdu and Devanagari script should be made official language of India. So what was the problem? The problem started during the national movement because of the Muslim League. They had different approach towards communalization of in Urdu, and they made Urdu as the language. Subsequently, the leaders of Congress like Purushottam Das Tandon started Sanskritization of Hindi. Urdu and Persian language was removed now and Sanskrit was added. Now this make the Hindi language very difficult. There was a lot of grammar. Here the problem arises. The leadership of southern India were reluctant to accept Hindi. During the debate in Constituent Assembly, both Hindi and non-Hindi leaders accepted that Hindi has potential to become official language. Non-Hindi leaders wanted gradual implementation and Hindi leaders wanted immediate introduction of Hindi. Let us proceed further and understand what are the arguments in the favor of Hindi. Hindi was largest spoken language but not the majority language. It was spoken in almost all urban centers, even in non Hindi areas like Bombay and Calcutta. Next are the arguments which are against Hindi language. Hindi was less developed language. There was non-availability of books of literature, science and politics. Non-Hindi speaking states had appreciation of social and political dominance of Hindi speaking states. They had apprehension of losing the culture, apprehension of disadvantage in public employment and international competition. But in spite of all these limitations, the leaders of non-Hindi speaking states agreed to for the gradual implementation of Hindi. In the Article 343 of Constitution, it was agreed that official language will be Hindi after 15 years. It would be written in Devanagari script and international numerics will be used for the numbers. In the beginning, Hindi speaking leaders wanted numerics also in the Devanagari, but it was rejected by the Constitution Assembly. English will continue as official language till the year 1965. Now we have to understand one more thing, and that why Hindi was not accepted till the year 1965. The acceptance of Hindi became difficult because of overzealous and excitement of non-Hindi leaders. Two main political parties of UP, Jansangh and Sanyukt Social Party of Ram Manohar Lohia, demanded immediate implementation of Hindi. Therefore, there was opposition from the southern Indian states. In the year 1960, Government of India gave a presidential order that the progressive replacement of English by Hindi should be started, and therefore two ministers of Nehru cabinet resigned. They were from West Bengal and Tamil Nadu. This order also clarified that Hindi will be compulsory paper in civil services examination. Nehru faced huge opposition for this decision. After the death of Nehru, Lal Bahadur Shastri was not very sensitive for the concern of non-Hindi speaking state. He constituted a translation department to translate all the government papers in Hindi. He also made it official that Hindi will be alternative medium of expression in civil services examinations. This decision resulted in violent protests from many southern states, particularly in Tamil Nadu. Their demand was continuity of English as official language without any limitations. So there was a slogan also. It was very popular in Tamil Nadu. Hindi never, English ever. Even some leaders had floated the ideas of Dravidistan, a separate country in southern India. This anti-Hindi movement in Tamil Nadu was led by DMK leader Annadurai. During the Indo-Pak War of 1965, this violence was subsided due to nationalist sentiment in entire India. Indira Gandhi communicated to many Tamil Nadu leaders. Even the Jansangh and SSP had muted their voice in demand of Hindi. After the death of Lal Bahadur Shastri, Indira Gandhi became Prime Minister, and in the year 1967, she made amendment in official language and tri-language formula was derived. So according to it, in non-Tamil speaking state, in non-Hindi speaking state, there will be one regional language plus Hindi plus English. In Hindi speaking state, there will be Hindi, English and any one of the regional language. With this we have understood about the linguistic reorganization of states like Andhra Pradesh. We have also understood about the problem of Bombay, problem of official language, and about the acceptance of Hindi as the national language or as we can say official language. How Indira Gandhi came with the tri-language formula. With this, I am concluding. And if you like the content of my video, kindly like, share and subscribe. Thank you.